Today we will look into a scenario in which Sudan forms an empire in 2022. It has been a while since we did a video based on this stuff because, well, I haven't made an empire video, I don't think, in a while, which is crazy. And the first thing they do is what every dictator in Sudan would do, is go to war with Eritrea. And yeah, that's not the best color for the war, because it doesn't look right. That looks right, or, yeah, what, writers now were, yeah, wonder what would be told if I did that in English. Well, not a big deal, like 50 subscribers, I can't believe that's so many. Like, thank you for supporting, like, you need to keep supporting. No, 75, and why are countries red when they invade another country? You want to know why? The answer is actually quite simple. It's because they want you to subscribe. Blue teams are like, subscribe so the country that's invading me will stop. Yeah, well, blue does mean something. They just mean, yeah, sorry, but it's not going well. Like, Eritrea, it's sad that you didn't make it so long. And well, they're careful about that, noticing that South Sudan is not going to be left to die. Well, they need to try to get on Ethiopia's good side. Think of it. How smart that would be. With Ethiopia sending peacekeeping forces in. Yeah. But you didn't expect that. And they basically say to Sudan, peace. For now. We probably won't make it be as peaceful. Because, well, how? We hate each other. But thank you for the land and your cooperation. And I like my peacekeeping forces, so please leave them alone. What? Forces? Peace forces. Well, now they touch the water. Pretty great. Like, who doesn't want to touch the water? I want to have water access. Water is just amazing, although it can be evil. Well, they see that Egypt, how smart of a choice is Egypt? Not really. Chad? Well, yeah. We can do that to Sudan, which actually the Chad campaign goes well. It's an 8 campaign, like, yeah, they cross here, here, and here. Yeah, Chad, sorry. I guess they are protecting Khartoum. I'm Sudan. I have more pyramids than Egypt, even though technically I was part of Egypt when they were built. Yeah, pretty interesting, Sudan. Well, they're fighting something. I don't know what they're fighting into. But someone does something. Chad is like, hey, Sudan, you want to see something? And they do this. They basically force Sudan into a retreat. And they're like, yeah, just because we can, let's invade Sudan. They basically enter here. And this completely embarrasses Sudan. Goal of getting across. And it succeeds. Which then they pinch these troops off. But this was just because, well, they could make fun of Sudan. But now these forces are sad. Sudan's goal is to creep up into Libya. They really want to creep up into Egypt. Like, let's spread their wings and fly. And their goal now is just to move south, because why not? You know, and the climate's just getting warmer. We're all going to melt, but not a big deal. Well, maybe we won't. Even though, you know, where there's lots and lots and lots of water, There's lots and lots and lots of water in this area. Well, it goes like this in Libya. And it's kind of like, because they can. But since they can basically do what they want, because it's Sudan's will to do whatever they want. And like with this advance, Chad is in trouble. Now they're not going in the Cameroon, there's no way. Now it looks like they're going to go into Libya. Not look like they will go into the Arabian Peninsula. But it looks like they may have to. So they push up into the end of Chad, and they're like, Chad, you want to know what peace feels like? And Chad's like, what? That's just what it feels like. I don't know why they want these lands. It looks pretty cool. Are they trying to claim all of that big basin of water under Lake Chad? Well, now they have a puppet because they like puppets. Because you know what's so good about puppets? You can control them. Ain't that right? Czechoslovakia and Poland. And you guys from the 90s, yeah. Yeah. Where do you want to go now, Sudan? Sudan's like, yeah, wild mapper, can I go south? Like, people should really subscribe to this channel. Definitely what they're saying, right? Zambia joins all of the East African Federation, even the sick one. Yeah. Ethiopia joins. Car joins. That's I just like the name of Car. But Sudan is not done. They cross here. Well, they cross in this area. In the Car. Because this is where they cross where they have forces. Like, they're not done. They have forces here, so they cross down here. But they didn't expect Ethiopian involvement. But there was. And it's complex relations. I think there's like a bunch of countries agreeing with Egypt over something. And well, while this is ongoing, an invasion force is sent into Sudan. With a few goals. A, Ethiopia just wants to go into this weird looking area, and they do that. While, in the meantime, Sudan is now pushing forces into Sudan. Into the DRC. South Sudan is falling a bit more. And in the Eritrea province of Sudan, many forces start crossing into the DRC. That's a lot of goals, but mostly they stop about here because, well, they need to. They hold the front. They start pushing troops across here. They even cross into Uganda. Well, they leave quickly because they don't want to be in the biohazard. Yeah. And now we have a problem. We're the blue team with Ethiopian forces crumbling in the north. Well, Ethiopia is invaded. It's impossible to invade, maybe, but not, you know what. And also Somalia. And why, you may ask? Because they did this. In the Somaliland. Even though technically, why are they invading Somaliland? Don't ask me. They claim they're protecting Sudan's. But basically, our south expansion goes well. And they get to here. But eventually, a peace conference is held in Addis Ababa. But fails. But it does create some armistices. Some countries start signing armistices. And armistices will be represented in this very light color. Ethiopia, armistice. They agreed on armistice. Yeah, I'm not pronouncing right. But they cross into Kenya even further. Kenya decides, yep, an armistice is in their best interest. But fighting still rages on in the DRC. But a smart move is made where they basically just move down here and get to the capital and they take it. An armistice is then signed in the country. And well, I'll be back after the peace. A growth into an East African Federation. Well, you know what Sudan decides to do? They make a puppet now. This is a puppet they made after the peace treaty, but I'm going to show you the creation of a Northeast African Federation, which is ugly looking, but still. And then they make what looks to be an old French Chad. And well, their next goal is pretty strategic, is an invasion of Libya. But somebody's like, wait a minute, Sudan, no. Wait a minute, no, says Saudi Arabia. No, says Yemen. Everybody else is like, why are you being so rude? With Israel being like, yo, what's up? Sudan, want help? Sudan's like, what are you saying? They're like, yep, we're going to help you, Sudan, because we need to. We both view the same way. And they push into this area. And somehow Israel takes these lands, with these lands being taken by Sudan. With Saudi Arabia being unexpected, you know who decides to stop sending aid to them? America, because of Israel being involved. Yeah. Well, basically, they become desert rats. Which is true. And they go in areas with water underground. And they push into here. They're pushing fast because, well, these armies were unexpecting this strong of a nation. And they push up the coast. Which this rampage goes on until everybody's like, yeah, 6 days later, we can't fight no more. Only 6 days and you got exhausted of fighting? I thought you guys were world powers. Well, we were. Doesn't mean we are, but we were. And so they decide, for Sudan's sake, to give Sudan these lands. Israel's like, yum. What? Israel? They just say, yum. They just annex land again. Do you know how to not annex land? Question mark? With a capital mark, you know. And so, peace is drafted. And basically, Israel annexes lots of land. Basically now, they annex these lands. They make a Yemen state. They basically kept South Sudan as a state because they could, and it looks like this now. They made a Somaliland state, an Ethiopian state, an Egyptian state, which involves Libya and a bit of land here, and that's Sudan. That's what they call East West Sudan. And basically, this is what the Sudanese Empire did to divide itself up. The puppets are just puppets. Well, they made a lot of enemies, but they made a lot of friends. Like, their country would be strong. Like, think of it. Because they control key parts of the Nile. I think that's where one Nile goes. And this is where the other Nile goes. Which basically gives them full control over the Nile. This is the Nile. It goes up there. And I hope you enjoy. We're at 50 subscribers currently. The goal is 75 now. And yeah, my goal is to have 75 subscribers. So please subscribe for the next special at 75 subscribers. Like, why not subscribe? It's free, it's free, it's free, it's free, it's free, it's free, it's free. It's a pretty cool thing to do. Subscribing is awesome. Wild Mapper subscribers are 10% happier for sure. And it's very fun to look at maps. Don't ask me why the eraser tool is showing, but ever I can have an eraser tool and can play GIMP. Yep, ever I should, because I can. And jalapenos are good. But, you want to know something? I hope you enjoyed this video. Please like and subscribe. That's all for today's video. Wild Mapper out.